Hello guys, before going to the video, please like and subscribe my channel for more videos. Now let's go to the video. Kyiv, Ukraine. As Russian forces bore down on Ukraine's capital and officials put the toll of civilian dead at more than 350 since the invasion began, the two countries agreed Sunday to sit down for talks, without preconditions, but hopes were not high for a peaceful resolution of the conflict. Even as Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, agreed to send a delegation to meet with Russian officials near the border with Belarus, he said that he expected little to come of it. He declined to agree to any conditions or concessions before the talks, making it clear that he would not grant Russia the upper hand after its unprovoked attacks. "I do not really believe in the outcome of this meeting," he said, "but let them try to make sure that no citizen of Ukraine has any doubt that I, as a president, have not tried to stop the war." As world leaders moved to isolate Moscow and inflict heavy economic pain over the invasion, Russia showed little apparent interest in de-escalating. President Vladimir V Putin, denouncing the West's aggressive actions, said he had told his defense minister and his top military commander to place Russia's nuclear forces on alert. Not only are Western countries imposing illegitimate sanctions against Russia, Mr. Putin said, but senior officials of leading NATO countries are allowing themselves to make aggressive statements directed at our country. In Ukraine, Russian forces were on the move in the south, threatening a major port, and in the north, where they were continuing their drive toward Kyiv. But Ukrainian officials took some obvious satisfaction in Russia's call for talks, which came as its forces met far more resistance than expected, failing to quickly seize the capital, Kyiv. "The enemy expected an easy walk, but got real hell," said Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal. "Russia's leadership," he said, "does not understand that it is at war not only with the armed forces of Ukraine, but with the entire Ukrainian people." But international military experts cautioned that the war is young. They noted that Ukrainian forces are spread thin, with only limited ammunition, and that thousands of better-trained Russian soldiers have not yet been thrown into the fight. The worry is that Mr. Putin may move to harsher tactics, including the shelling of cities, if his forces get bogged down. The Ukraine Interior Ministry said Sunday that 352 civilians have been killed since the invasion began, including 14 children. The request for talks also came as the European Union moved to impose tough new economic sanctions on Russia, and as demonstrations in Berlin, Prague, London, Madrid and Brussels over the weekend on behalf of Ukrainians made Moscow's isolation clear. The White House, through Jen Psaki, the press secretary, cast the nuclear alert as another example of Mr. Putin's manufacturing threat and using it to justify confrontation. Top Pentagon leaders remain confident about the United States' ability to defend itself and its allies, according to a Pentagon official who briefed reporters. The official called the move to put Russia's nuclear forces on alert unnecessary and escalatory, and said that Mr. Putin had made the possibility of a miscalculation much more dangerous. Slowed by Ukrainian resistance and their own logistical shortcomings, Russian forces have already begun adopting harsher methods such as rocket attacks in the city of Chernihiv, to the northeast of Kyiv, the Pentagon official said. Those tactics could produce many more civilian casualties. Russian troops, he said, are adopting a siege mentality, which increases the likelihood of their taking civilian life and damaging infrastructure. In Ukraine's south, the official said, Russian troops are advancing, moving up from Crimea and also mounting an amphibious assault near Mariupol, where they are within 50 kilometers of the city. Mariupol, a major port, is viewed as part of any Russian land bridge from Donetsk and Luhansk, the eastern Ukrainian regions Moscow just recognized as independent states, to Crimea, which Moscow annexed in 2014. In Kyiv, Natalie Kashinenko, 31, has been sheltering for days with her husband and a dachshund in a parking garage in the northern Obolon neighborhood, 6 miles from the city center, which was the scene of intense fighting on Friday and Saturday. "I actually lost track of days and nights," she said. "We even forgot to eat because of this tension. Despite the fear," she said, "they are staying. It's in our blood, it's Ukrainian blood," she said. "We can't just leave, we cannot just surrender, we will always stay on our land. We all pray for the condition of Ukraine." Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye, see you in next video.